just shot my wife.
Okay, where's the weapon?
It's in the,
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Where, is she breathing?
No, she's dead.
You know that for sure?
I think so, yes.
Okay, sir, where is the weapon?
It's in the nightstand next to the bed in the master bedroom. And I'll be glad to meet the officers at the front door.
Where is your wife, sir?
She's in the floor in the master bedroom.
How old is she?
Born in 1954.
Okay, you're sure she's not breathing, or?
She's dead. She's done. I'm sorry.
Sir, did you purposely do this?
No.
Or was it an accident?
It was an accident.
How long ago did this happen, sir?
Probably 5 minutes ago. I'm on the front steps.
You're out on the front steps?
Yeah, I'm on the front steps.
Okay.
I'm leaving the front gate from the front steps and go upstairs and find Diane. Yeah, there's the passing. You told me to back up.
Did you see the deputy?
Yeah, I see white, but they're someone back up. Have them back up. Hey, guys, over here. Over here. Guys, over here. Hey, you're on the phone. I'm making the front stop. No, I got him on the phone. We're good.
We can hang up. We're with him.
Okay.
When authorities arrived at the affluent neighborhood of Isleworth, Florida, they found Diane Ward deceased in the master bedroom. Although her husband, real estate developer James Robert Bob Ward, had claimed it was an accident, Diane had died from a single gunshot wound to the head. It was a quick kill, but was it really an accident? Immediately after being taken into custody, Ward was questioned and tested for gunshot residue. He seemed oddly at ease while awaiting detectives to bring him his BlackBerry to call his lawyer. He even laughed and joked on a few occasions with the officers trying to test his fingers and hands for residue. He eventually commented that the most pressing issue he faced at that moment was doing damage control for his 2 children. In no way did he seem distraught, which was at odds with the picture of a loving husband that friends and family had supposed him to be. While in the interview room, Ward sent several emails via his BlackBerry, all of which alluded to the theory that Diane had committed suicide. One of the receivers of this email was a trustee involved in the Ward's bankruptcy case. Ward had written, "I hope you're happy. Diane killed herself this evening. Go to hell." Despite their lavish lifestyle, the Wards were in trouble and had filed for bankruptcy after their business had failed. James had also failed to pay the mortgage on the family's estate. When officers arrived at the home after Ward had called 911, they found shattered glass and liquid that was spilled on the back patio, indicating that some sort of struggle had taken place. In the interview room, detectives overheard Ward on the phone with someone, telling them that Diane had committed suicide and in a later call had been pushed over the edge. He also claimed he had tried to get the gun out of her hand, but detectives were not convinced by Ward's story. In a report, it was written that the wound Diane had was not a contact wound. There was stippling on her face and around her eye. The gun was also found several feet away from her body. Oddly enough, Diane was shot and killed just days before she was supposed to testify in a deposition to determine whether her husband had funneled money from their company to support their lifestyle. On the night of September 21st, 2009, the couple was in the master bedroom. Ward claimed that at some point that evening, his wife came over to his side of the bed holding a gun in her hand. According to him, he tried to grab the gun from her hand to prevent her from either harming herself or him, and the gun went off. But how does that explain a bullet landing directly between her eyes in what appeared to be a perfect kill shot? Ward was charged with second-degree murder for Diane's death. There was evidence to suggest that he was lying about Diane trying to kill herself, as gunshot tests proved Diane had been shot from 18 inches away. The gun had also been found in the drawer of the nightstand beside the bed. At Ward's trial in 2011, the prosecution alleged he had shot his wife in a fit of rage, whereas his defense team argued that Diane had a strong mix of and antidepressants in her system, which led to her having some sort of episode in which she tried to kill herself. Defense attorney Kirk Connell stated, "He hears a sound behind him. He turns to the sound, and right there is his wife with the gun in her hand, with a loaded gun in her hand. She is right there. She is right on top of him. Not a word is spoken. What do you do in that situation?" Instinctively, Bob grabs the gun and tries to wrestle it away. For the most part, Ward's friends and family supported his version of events. The prosecution also submitted the fact that initially in the emergency recording, Ward admitted to shooting his wife before changing his story to say he was trying to get the gun away from her, and then changing it again to say she was trying to kill herself. At the trial, both of Ward's daughters testified that their parents had a happy marriage and there was no known animosity between them. But when presented with all the facts, the jury decided that James Bob Ward was guilty of second-degree murder. When the sentence was read, Ward's 2 daughters were visibly distressed. Ward, for his part, remained composed throughout. His defense attorney announced their decision to appeal and maintained their belief that Ward was a loving family man who was simply simply trying to save his wife that evening. In an interview shortly after his sentencing, Ward stated that he didn't think the jury fully understood what had transpired that night in 2009 and blamed his defense team for not accurately representing what had happened. He stated, "For some reason the jury didn't understand that and our side didn't get that across. And I mentioned several times during the trial to my attorney. I said, I don't think they understand where Diane was when this happened. So what was she doing right behind me on my side of the bed?" One of the points brought up in the trial by the prosecution was how composed and upbeat he was during his interview, as well as in footage when he arrived at the jailhouse in which he was seen laughing and dancing with his daughter and sister-in-law. When asked about this, Ward responded, "When things are bad, you had better get your game face on." Ward would later come face to face with a jury for a